And the last album, which has been released here in Australia, the Abbey Road album, probably musically we haven't been able to find too much yet. People have read certain things into certain tracks so far. But certainly the cover is rather fascinating. You have the four Beatles walking across Abbey Road.
With John Lennon as the spiritual leader dressed in white. Then Ringo Starr follows, dressed as most Undertakers would. Paul McCartney is death, at a step with the others, dressed in black, and barefoot because that's the way bodies are buried in many parts of the world, including England. And finally, his eyes are closed, and concluding the procession is George Harrison, in jeans, as the appropriate clothing for a gravedigger. In the background, to the left side of the road, you'll notice a fifth Beatle on the cover, LMW28IF. Many phrases have been deciphered from the first three letters. The real find is the 28IF, as if to say 28 if. It just so happened that Paul would have been 28 if he didn't die. You'll notice the words Beatles spelled out on the wall above the words Abbey Road. And you'll notice that there are a series of round circles or dots preceding it. Well, when one connects these dots with a solid line, you end up with the number 3.
You photographed the album cover Abbey Road, right?
Yes, right. The zebra crossing was an idea which Paul came up with.
Why the order? They say like John is the disciple, then we have Ringo the Undertaker. In the middle, of course, there we have the body, the corpse with its bare feet, and of course the grave digger. Why this order?
The order I suggested was the way they normally spell out their names, John, Paul, George, and Ringo. But they said it doesn't have to be in any order, and it really just happened like this.
Now we go to the back side, which you were telling me about.
The only magic in this record cover was done in the darkroom by some very clever people who made Beatles and combined them with the basic picture of the wall and the girl walking by.
You recognize a 3 in front of the name Beatles in the back of the album made out by those dots?
Yeah, I think Peter Asher, or someone drew it.
But the dots were there before he picked up the pen.
Could I look at it?
Sure.
I wonder if you would do yourself a favor and get the album which was printed in England. I'd like to help you.
Is that a bad album, man? Something?
Is that a bad album?
Cover.
Defect on the cover?
Oh, the defect on the cover, the 3.
Fine, those
I really can't judge.
Okay.
I would like to see the original.
And then finally on the back cover, it's a perfectly clear photo of this wall, except there is this girl in blue walking through the picture. The girl's elbow, you see the lower profile of Paul McCartney's face really embedded in the girl's elbow. You see his nose, and then you see his lips, right where her elbow joint should be.
Paul just did his thing and took his shoes off and left him lying on the sidewalk and picked him up when the photographic session was over.
I was barefooted because it was a nice day, and if it's a nice day, I don't like wearing shoes.
Hang on, man.